Hello, everybody, and welcome to Sports with Monga. And we are back with a bang, and it's a here we go. Williams have signed Carlos Sainz, the Spaniard, finally confirming his future and telling everybody where is his future and where does it lie. He has done it in the classic fashion of right before, right at the end, or right around the summer window starts, like not the summer transfer window in Formula One, but the summer break. On the eve of the summer break starting on a Sunday or like a Monday morning, and he's like announces like, okay guys, I have decided, ciao bella ciao. I don't know why I did that, but if you're new to the channel, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell icon button for more Formula One content. There's loads of content coming through. We are in a hiatus, we are on a break in Formula One world, but the content doesn't stop. I'm sure this domino effect of the driver market update will continue with us. We have an update on the future of two drivers. One is Carlos Sainz, the other Logan Sargent, but then I'm sure the dominoes will fall off the Red Bulls and so on and so forth. Loads to get into, guys. Hit the subscribe button. Thanks for supporting the channel, Sports with Monga, and let's get into it. Sainz, and it's so interesting. Sainz for Williams as Spaniard's F1 future is confirmed. We all have to go back to January when the biggest domino fell off Mercedes driver Lewis Hamilton deciding to ditch the Mercedes Silver Arrow outfit, the team that he has been with for 14 years, and deciding it is the time to move on. And he did, to Ferrari, the Scuderia. And the number one driver there, of course, has to be Charles Leclerc, because he was not touched. But Carlos Sainz, who was looking for a deal to further extend his contract, could not get a extension and was axed. He was out of Formula One for the time being from Ferrari, and it's very hard to leave the prancing horse, the Maranello team, Maranello-based team for Carlos Sainz. Of course, he's been like in shock, but then everybody started to think about like, well, this driver doesn't need to have a haircut, so he will get a seat for sure. And that's what the drama has been for so long, for him to decide where will he go. Options that were open, Alpine, there were options at Williams, there was options at Red Bull, even at Mercedes, because they don't have a driver. They don't have, who would they replace Hamilton with? Apparently Kimi Antonelli, the 17-year-old. He's a prodigy, and that's what they're going to go for. But loads to get into. So he had this kind of dilemma, like, where's my best option and who do I go for? And that's what eventually has now made a call. Carlos Sainz has committed to his future to Williams, with the Spaniard agreeing to a multi-year deal to race alongside Alex Albon. That's a very exciting lineup for James Vowles. He's done a coup here, guys. He's beaten the Audi project, the big money budget backing project, and beaten Alpine, beaten the, I think Carlos Sainz eventually realized that he's not getting a Red Bull seat, because they're not going to ask Perez for him. They might ask Perez for Daniel Ricciardo or Yuki Tsunoda or Liam Lawson, but he's not getting a seat because there are three drivers waiting for that things to happen. And then Alpine, the chaos there, Audi, the chaos there as well. And then who would he have gone for? Like, technically, Haas had a driver. They have it confirmed. They knew that the dominoes had fallen there. Of course, they still have the second seat there, but like, I mean, it's going to be interesting who they kind of put up with Ocon, who has decided to go there. But it's an interesting market now, right? This is what has happened. The 29-year-old has been looking out for a seat for 2025 after losing his Ferrari drive to the 7-time world champion Lewis Hamilton. Sainz has had no shortage of suitors, with Williams, Sauber, Audi, and Alpine all keen to get a signature. But it was James Vowles' project. Williams' project has excited the man. We have the go. We have Williams, the strongest lineup, I think, in quite a while. This has happened, guys. This guy is in Williams. Yes, it's Carlos Sainz and Alex Albon. I think it's an exciting pair up. They're going to race together in 2025 to make sure that they are the best. But it's going to be interesting to see how Williams proceeds, because now they have two demanding drivers. Logan Sargent is gone. Of course, the US viewership and so on and so forth has gone, but he'll race for the team for 2025 and 2026, giving Williams continuity across a major regulation change that will see a new aerodynamic profile and sweeping new power unit rules that include use of 100% sustainable fuel. Talking to the driver it was interesting. Sainz, who said, "I'm very happy to announce," and it was interesting on all the socials. He put out the first thing, and then Williams added it, and then Formula One kind of retweeted on the X. And so I'm very happy to announce that I will be joining Williams Racing from 2025 onwards at Sainz. It is no secret that that this year's driver market has been exceptionally complex for various reasons, and that it has taken me some time to announce my decision. However, that's his point. However, I'm fully confident that Williams is the right place for me to continue my Formula One journey. And that's the important point, guys. That's the important point here. This guy has decided that it is time to make a call before he loses his best option. He has done it. That's what I wanted Williams to do, and that's what I want Carlos Sainz to make a decision, make a call. It might be a stopgap still, guys. He might still go to a different car or different race or different driver, different team in like in a year. But then he needs to make a call so that other dominoes can start falling around him to see how things progress in this driver market. Of course, he doesn't control their futures, but it tells them what is possible. Carlos Sainz has done it. He is on his way to Williams Racing. I'm convinced, and this is what I was going to say. However, I'm fully confident that Williams is the right place for me to continue my F1 journey, and I'm extremely proud of joining such a historical, successful team where many of my childhood heroes drove in the past and made their mark on our sport. The ultimate goal of bringing Williams back to where it belongs at the front of the grid is a challenge that I embrace with excitement and positivity. I am convinced this team has all the right ingredients to make history again, and starting on January 1st, I will give my absolute best to drive Williams forward alongside every single member of the team. I want to thank James Vowles and the entire board of Williams for their trust and determination. Their solid leadership and convictions have played an important role in my decision-making. I truly believe that core of every successful team lies amongst their people and their culture. Williams is synchronous with heritage and pure racing. The foundations of the project that lies ahead of us are very strong, and I'm really looking forward to being part of it next year. James Vowles, the Williams guy, team principal, said, Carlos joining Williams is a strong statement of intent from both parties. Carlos has demonstrated time and again that he is one of the most talented drivers on the grid. And he has proven that. He's a race winner. He's a multiple race winner with race winning pedigree, and his underlines upwards trajectory we are on. Carlos brings not just experience and performance, but also a fierce drive to extract every millisecond out of the team and the car that is the perfect fit. In Alex and Carlos, we will have one of the most formidable driver lineup on the grid, and with huge experience to guide us into the new regulations in 2026. Their belief in this organization's mission demonstrates the magnitude of the work going on behind the scenes. People should be in no doubt that our ambition and momentum as we continue our journey back to competitiveness. We are here, we are serious, and with Dorlington's backing, we are investing in what it takes to turn to the front of the grid. With their confirmation, Sainz will be joining the Grove outfit. Also means that Logan Sargent will be vacating Williams' seat for the next year, with the team saying they will give Logan every support that he looks to continue his racing career for 2025 into the future. Wells also said, I also want to thank Logan for everything he has done for the team, and know we will continue to fight hard for us in the races ahead. A lot of statements, a lot of talking points there, guys, but eventually it tells me that this was a decided factor. They knew what they had to do for quite a while, and they had to make a call, and the call was made. Logan's, of course, for Carlos Sainz, it's important that he made a call, but I think he made the best chance for the best, because he had two options: either to wait for the front fighting car for a year, Kimi answered, getting a short-term contract possibly, but then there was no option. If all doors are shut, he wants to still fight. He will be fighting behind for a year. But in 2026, the regulation changes. Anything can change, and Kimi Antonelli might be a dud. He might fail completely, and then Carlos Sainz gets a year again. So I'm sure there's like ways to break that clause and so on and so forth. Because I'm sure that there has been a lot of discussion on how to kind of ensure this happen. But a lot to get into on the sides of like what are the options for Carlos Sainz here, guys? He has done the inevitable eventually, right? Carlos Sainz has done what everybody wanted him to do. They wanted him to go to a more stable. which team has been the most stable? Like, of course, they've been underperforming. They're not fighting at the front, but then the management has been stable. James Vowles is the one making the call. He's making the investment to improve the team, and that's what everybody sees. On the other side, Audi, Andreas Seidel gone. They got Nico Hülkenberg. So the project doesn't seem as convincing, as hot as property, because they're coming new to the team in 2026. He needs to go to Sauber for a year to kind of do what? I don't know. What will he do? What will he play for? Nothing. Audi, I think, has a lot of issues there. Alpine, since Briatore came on, Flavio Briatore, but then things have been really shaky in that team. Alpine has been a team on a messy ground. Like, there's been mess all around. Bruno Famin leaves again. They've had Otmar Zofnauer 1 year ago fired. They've had a lot of changes in the backroom staff, in the leadership. They're going from the works team to taking from an engine manufacturer to actually being a team that takes the engine from Mercedes possibly. So the trajectory is absolutely going down. But for Carlos Sainz, I think he's made the best move here. Sainz, he was not excited by any of these Alpine or Sauber Audi projects, and he now goes to drive a Mercedes engine, and it's going to be interesting for him. Of course, it's going to be a different challenge for him driving in the front and asking for wins, but now driving in the back and trying to get in the midfield is what Williams is going to fight for in 2025. But 2026, it could see the reversal. Having a good driver lineup is important. Williams won out over Sauber and Alpine to secure Sainz, and this is what is going to be interesting to me to see how this kind of proceeds and goes forward. We'll also get into, guys, if you've enjoyed it till now, hit the subscribe button. Thanks for watching, and let's get in further into a little more topics about, I might do a separate video, but there's been a meeting, and I'll possibly get, but then I'm still waiting for more information to read what's happening. It seems that Mr. Sergio Perez will hold his seat in Red Bull, and Ricciardo will continue to drive in the RB. He won't be swapped, but will be damned if after the summer something else happens. What this means for the driver market is, like, Haas needs a driver, people need a driver, Alpine needs a driver, and they're going to decide who will now take those seats. Valtteri Bottas, Zhou Guanyu, Yuki Tsunoda, everybody's on the market now, guys. It's going to be interesting to see what happens. More updates coming through as things fall. But the first one, here we go. Williams, Carlos Sainz. Here we go for Sainz to Williams from Ferrari, or from nothing, from a free agent, and he didn't have a drive. It's done. Thanks for watching. Hit the subscribe button if you like the channel. Catch you in the next one. Peace.